Hey, welcome back to CES 2015, live here at the Las Vegas Convention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Michael Artsis. You're watching BeTerrific. Thanks so much for joining us. I am so excited. We've got so much going on. First, let me tell you how you can engage with us. Many different ways. First, you can go to Twitter at BeTerrificTV. You can Instagram us at BeTerrificTV as well. You can send pictures live to the set to the hashtag Cube at BeTerrificTV is our Instagram, but you go to Instagram, you upload your photos of your gear, photos that you've taken with your gear, of your gear, from your gear, and you take your favorite ones and send them to us. You upload them to Instagram and use the hashtag BeTerrificTV stage. They'll show up on our hashtag Cubes on set. Later in the week, we'll pick the one we deem the best, whether it's the funniest, it cracks us up, or it's literally the best taken photograph, and we'll send you a hashtag Cube. You'll be the lucky winner. We've also got the SunSocket Energy Bar 250 here. It is unbelievable. The SunSocket stuff is great from Aspect Solar. This is 250 watt-hours of power, easy to use. Pull it out of the box. It can take USB and charge. It's currently powering these hashtag Cubes. You've got a car charger, cigarette lighter car charger port, and you can also plug in a regular electric power, and you can do that from anywhere in the world. Additionally, like the Energy Bar, they make Aspect Solar makes their smaller brethren, and these two are your regular sized cell phone chargers. All of them can be charged. All of their batteries can be charged. The best battery technology in the world is in all these devices. All of them can be charged either through electric power or through the Aspect Solar solar panels. Like this one, they're almost indestructible, and even if you were to break one panel, it still functions. They do 22% of the energy that they generate, and that's more than almost any other competitor. They're easy to use, they're simple, they're lightweight, they travel well, and they're compact. We love them, we use them for everything, and because of that, you never run out of power because the sun will come up tomorrow. So it's really great, aspectsolar.com. One last thing real quick, don't forget that Zeke was just on with Aviator camera gear until 2 p.m. Pacific time. If you go buy his new hi-hat, $125, go onto the contact area of the site, email him, and he'll refund you $50 if you put in BeTerrific in the email. And that's for you guys on Planet 5D, on BeTerrific, wherever you're watching, wherever you're watching. Don't forget to download our app, app.beterrific.com. I'm so excited about our next guest. This man is awesome, the company is great, and we used their switcher last night. Datavideo has been around for a long time, 30 years. Craig, you are the head of the US operations here, and you brought out a Datavideo Switcher so we could do switching from our live show at Showstoppers at the Wynn last night to give these guys some great insight into what was going on there. We used the Teradek Cube to encode our signal and stream live. The Teradek is the world's only camera top encoder, or the world's best camera top encoder, and we love that. And then you guys have a whole host of solutions, though. You can be an entire broadcast team in a briefcase.
That's correct, yes. We have mobile solutions, hand carry solutions that you can just walk in and set up a complete studio in a matter of minutes. And so I understand you had this set up here in one part of Central Hall at CES, and you quickly had to go somewhere else to Showstoppers, is that right?
Right, yeah, well that's what we did, yeah. So we ran over to Showstoppers and your guys brought the Datavideo Switcher and opened it up and plugged in a couple of cables and we were ready to go.
That's right, and we plugged in, I think, with different kind of cameras and everything, and it all worked, and you switched with it, and like you said, you used your Teradek. Yep. Although we have solutions for that as well, so we have a complete workflow for... So
walk me through what you guys have as far as, so we start with the switcher. This particular switcher is in a briefcase. You have ones that are for studios as well, or non-mobile operations, but this is in a briefcase. You open it up, and there's an LCD screen. It's almost like a laptop, like a big laptop.
It kind of looks like a laptop. It's actually like built into like a briefcase, so to speak, and then you open it up, and it's called the HS2200, and it's got 6 inputs that you can connect HDSDI cameras or HDMI cameras, laptops, different sources, and it's got a monitor, a full multi-view monitor that you can switch with. And
it's very modular, so if you just wanted to switch and go onto a big screen, you can do that. If you wanted to switch and send to some encoder, you could do that. But you have a recorder, you've got playback devices, and you also have encoders.
That's correct. Yeah, a lot of our competitors really use a computer to do a lot of that, integrate it all into one solution. In some cases that's fine, but in other cases people would like to have dedicated hardware to be able to do those tasks for you. For example, recording, Switching, of course, is that none of our systems really switch with the computer. It's all hardware based, so it's more reliable in many cases.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is that there's a lot less failure rate, right? Especially when this is doing its job, that's doing its job, and that's doing its job. And if there's, if it's not software based where the software could crash, there's less, I guess, possibilities for failure.
Right, if you have one CPU doing all those tasks for you, sometimes that's a little, you're asking too much of it and it'll crash and then you're done for the day. So.
Right. Now I was impressed, you guys also do graphics and you have ones that have audio built in and stuff as well.
We have, all of our switchers really have the ability to down key your text, your CG, with the laptop. So you plug it in through the HDMI and you can downstream the key, and so you create your text on the laptop. That's one thing we don't do on our actual switchers. But we provide all the software for you and you load it on any laptop, plug it in, and away you go.
And then you can also, some of them have audio built in, right? Audio, where you have faders. I've seen that where you have audio faders, right?
Yeah, some of our systems do have that, yeah. And the system that we brought to you last night actually has, it's not just the monitor, the switcher, also has intercom.
Yes, I noticed that. That was really great because intercom is so important. I've got this earpiece here, and to do that, we have to rig up some crazy contraption and all sorts of different stuff, but you have it built in. It's really important.
Right, so it can be for either the talent or it can be for your cameraman. If you got several cameramen and you want to communicate with them, the technical director can basically tell them what camera to go switch and all that. So that's all helpful.
You guys are very innovative, and you've been around a while, and you're making the products more innovative, but you're staying with the traditional switcher setup, which I think a lot of people really like. And I'm really impressed with what I saw last night, and I know we're going to work together again, and I'm really excited about it. But tell me about the price point so that people get it, because if to get a good switcher today, you really have to spend north of $10,000 if you want a good switcher, whether it's software based or you want to go with another company that makes a hardware based one.
Well, we even have standard definition systems that, believe it or not, still sell in this market. Some small churches and schools will use an SD switcher, and that starts at $995, so under $1,000.
Wow!
And our next price point for our HDMI system is $1,500. Mm-hmm. And then the system you used last night, it's all integrated, is in the $7,000 range.
But that's very reasonable for what, literally we're set up in 3 minutes. You just open the briefcase. Yeah. We walked in there at 6 o'clock. We were supposed to be live at 6, but we walked in at like 3 minutes to 6, and at 6:30 we were going live, and most of that time was spent dealing with the lighting and the cameras.
Yeah, that's right. And so, the fact that it's all integrated helps speed that whole process up, and of course closing it up and taking it out of the booth was a snap too.
Oh, so. I was so jealous because we were coiling microphone cables and this cable and that cable, and you're like, see you later. thanks for letting me come by. I'm glad I got to see the tail end, and I'm out of here.
Yeah, you're right. And so the fact that we have all these different devices and they all work together is a real benefit as well, because they're all going to work. They're all compatible with each other. There's one manufacturer.
So like if I wanted the switcher that we used last night plus the recorder and let's say a video playback device, just give me, I'm not going to make you give me the catalog of prices now, but are we looking at 15 grand, 25 grand, 30 grand? Or
well, the recorder that you had there was in the $2,000 range.
Okay. So we're like
$9,000 there. Yep. And if you needed the encoder that I think you used the Teradek, we have something there similar for $800.
Okay. So that's another. So let's say we're at 10 grand now.
10 grand.
Yeah. And then what about the video playback device to play out our commercials and everything?
That's $395.
$395?
Yeah, $395.
I thought it was $39.95.
Oh, no.
Okay, so $300.
No, so you almost
so literally
10
for
grand.
10 grand.
Yeah, 10 grand. You can pretty much do a setup like this.
10 grand, 100 is basically what we're at.
Yeah, and so we have to add lights. We don't really carry lights,
right.
But your pop-up booth here is awesome. I really like that.
Thank you very much.
But if you add those things to our products, you pretty much have your setup here.
Right, so you go with your setup for 10 grand, then you get the Easy Up tent like we have, the shelter. It's an amazing, amazing shelter. We're rolling here with the convertible top. We like it better without, and the Sands will have the full display. But Fire Marshal Bill came in, and he said, listen, you're blocking a sprinkler, so take your top off. I said, hey, nobody's asked me to do that yet. Well, we said we'll drive with the convertible here. So
Okay,
we
very
took
good.
the top off, we used the structure and got the backdrops up. We love Easy Up.
Very impressed with it.
Yeah, and it sets up, this sets up in minutes, and the key is everything is toolless.
Yeah.
So now, 10,000, you could spend a couple $100 on this all the way up to another 10,000, depending on how you want to brand it and make it look and what other accessories you need. And these are even Easy Up chairs, which they didn't have time for this, but they're getting us branding for the backs too.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, and then you've got a nice little setup, a couple of lights, some cameras, you're good to go.
Yeah, I think our company fits well with what you're doing right here.
Yes.
And so you're kind of our customer of what we provide for a complete solution. So
yeah, I agree with that. I think it's terrific. I think I'm really excited about what you guys are doing.
And now we have a new product now. It's coming out with a virtual studio. So you could be in a system like this or setup like this and actually have a green background here and actually look like you're in a real big studio setting for under $6,000.
Wow.
And it's got a control panel and you can control 4 inputs on it. So
this is great for bloggers.
Perfect, yeah, and YouTube, have some kind of show or something like that.
Yeah.
And they want to look like the big shot, and or a
Right.
corporate guy that wants to look like a big shot.
Or a corporate guy that is a big shot. I mean, a lot of corporations are streaming, even here. I mean, Ford is doing a 30-minute live stream every day. 3D Systems did a 30-minute live stream yesterday on YouTube, and our good friends, the Micro Drone 2.0, they did a live stream to YouTube yesterday from their booth to make a big announcement, which I haven't been able to find yet, but they make these little drones that fit in the palm of your hand. They're pretty amazing. So, I mean, everybody's your customer. Everybody's doing this.
Yeah, and I think there's so many vertical markets that need to stream video and need solutions. They want to look professional. They don't want to have some kind of laptop look to what they're streaming. They want to really look nice.
And your end-to-end solution for a very reasonable price, there are things that are, especially you have different price points, but there are things in the market that are cheaper, but they're not an all-in-one solution. You've got to really modularly add. I'm talking about like you have to bring a monitor to it, you have to bring playback devices, you have to bring still stores, you have to bring a graphics generator, you have to use a laptop, dedicate a laptop to it to switch, or you have to buy their console, which costs more than all your equipment. So there are those other companies that do those things, but I don't think any of them do it as well for less money. And so I think I was really impressed last night.
Oh, thank you, I appreciate that.
I'm
I think
very
you're right
excited
about that. And
yeah.
I think we do have a little niche in the market, and I'm excited about the future of how we're going to market our products, more in bundles and more in solutions, and that's our future.
I like that idea. I think putting it together, saying this is your package, this is what you get, even including Easy Up into the package, or making a relationship for the client with Easy Up, and saying these lights work really well, and these cameras, you can go buy them yourself, or we can hook you up with.
Right. I think that's one of the things we're going to really work on, is try to have a list of items that have something set up like this. If someone wanted to do something what you're doing,
yeah.
Of course I don't want to encourage any competition, but
you know what? I'm very competitive, and I'm happy to annihilate anybody. No, you know what? First of all, I always think what we do is very different than anybody does. So I go with blinders on, but I am very competitive. I don't care if it's CNET or it's somebody else. If they have 1 million viewers, I want us to have 10 million viewers. But my thing is that we do something that's very different. And we're sitting here, we have a real conversation, we're talking about positive stuff, we're talking about inspirational stuff, we're trying to entertain and inform our audience. That's very different than what other people do. And so I always think nobody's doing really what we're doing. So I welcome people. I think there's always room. I teach seminars on how to do shooting with iPhones and filmmaking. I teach seminars on DSLRs. I teach seminars on how to do live video. And I teach stuff on this. And so I believe in giving back. There were a lot of people who helped me on the way up. So I don't mind teaching people how to do this. I don't necessarily think they can't do it better. I just think that they're not interested in doing what I'm doing. And if they are, I mean, good luck.
Oh, I agree. And I think, of course, bandwidth is getting better, and there's more opportunities to do things live as opposed to doing things post-production.
Right.
So like you're doing now, you're doing a live event.
Right.
I think that's great, and that's kind of our customer. I think the education market, worship market, things like that are also finding that they can do their productions live, and we fit right into that space.
Now, I think you're 100% right. I think you're really great across the board. You really fit into all these verticals and what everybody needs. And it's easy, again, it's easy to use. I mean, Adam switched last night. He had never used it before, and he had 3 minutes on it before we started, and he did it flawlessly. And that's the key. He's not that he's never switched before, he's just never used the Datavideo.
But it's so intuitive, they can just look at it and know which buttons to push. And
I used it years ago when I was teaching at the Connecticut School of Broadcasting in their studios, and before that when I was a student there.
That was a long time ago then, right? Not that long ago.
And by the way, we're talking about the audience and stuff and competitive, and I am super competitive. So we've got you guys. You're an amazing, amazing audience. Thank you so much for watching. I can't thank you enough. The feedback from yesterday was overwhelming. My gosh, thank you for being so positive and enjoying it so much and for sending us the feedback. I want to offer this to you. You're part of the BeTerrific family. You're part of the Planet 5D family. And we're doing great here, and I want to make this bigger. I want to offer you this. If you like what we're doing, we did great yesterday, nearly 1 million viewers. If you like what we're doing, I want you to go out there and I want you to tell a friend to check us out. I want you to tell the next friend, and I want you to tell them to tell somebody. I want to build this up so big. I want us to be the biggest thing here at CES. I want to show the world that positive content, inspiring content is good. Showing what good content is, not talking about negative things, not saying this product won't work or that product won't work or it'll never make it to market, is not what you want to hear. What you want is good information, positive stories, inspiration. That's what I want to show the world, because there are a lot of people who say that this will never work, and clearly they're wrong. So help me. Let's do it together. Let's tell everybody we know, hey, watch BeTerrific, check out what they're doing. You got to know somebody who likes tech, who would love to watch content about CES. So tap them on the shoulder, send them a text, tweet at them, do it. And I'll announce it at the end how many viewers we have. I want to take this place by storm. I want to have more viewers than anybody, all of them. I want to have more viewers. I want CES to be like, wow. I mean, I think they already love us. The CEA loves us. And they've been so gracious, and they're great. But I want to blow them over. I want to just knock them over with an amazing thing. What do you think of that? What do you think? Should we start texting people?
Texting right now?
Yes.
Okay,
I'll tell you what, you text a person, I'll text a person.
Okay.
How's that? I'm going to text, you know who I'm going to text? I'm going to text my friend Handsome Jarrett right now. How about that? We'll get Handsome Jarrett watching. That's for the ladies. Hey, Jarrett. I'm live at CES on BeTerrific. Content is awesome.
BeTerrific, that's the website, right?
BeTerrific? Yes, BeTerrific.com.
Okay, just making sure.
BeTerrific.com/live.
All right, I'm sending it to my buddy right now.
Awesome. What's his name? Give him a shout out.
Cal Randall.
There you go, Cal Randall. We love you. We can't wait for you to watch, and we love all of you guys. You're all amazing. Don't forget to join our IRC chat room. That is underneath the video player, either on planet5d.com or on BeTerrific.com/live. There you go. And oh, by the way, when you send that text, say, tell a friend. How about that?
I didn't do that, but I'll do that next time.
And what we got to do is we got to tell people about Datavideo too. Datavideo.us.
You got it. That's the right website.
What's your background? How did you get hooked up with Datavideo?
Well, I used to own my own company. We manufactured a standalone editing system, and that was a very popular item 10 years ago, and it started to. We couldn't keep up with the technology.
Was this deck-to-deck or nonlinear?
It was nonlinear.
Wow. What was the name?
Applied Magic.
Okay.
Was the name of the company. And I had resellers and distributors across the world, and the distributor for Datavideo in the UK was a good friend of mine, and so when a position opened up here in the US, I jumped at the opportunity to work for Datavideo, because I really knew the product well at the time and appreciated what they were doing.
What's the Datavideo story? How did Datavideo get started?
I don't know. To be quite honest with you.
I'm asking you the really tough questions today.
Because it's a 30-year-old company, but
yeah.
I do know that it's a Taiwanese company. The owner of the company, Jack Lin, is a brilliant guy. He really understands the industry and stays on top of technology better than anybody I know. And so he understands where the market's going and looks out ahead, and I think that's one of the reasons why I want to be a part of it. So.
And you know, as an entrepreneur, that it's so hard to start a company, any company, like Datavideo. You know, we were talking to Monster the other night. They make the cables, the headphones, all that. I mean, that story is amazing. I think we're going to have them on hopefully today at some point. But I mean, their story is unbelievable. And you know, all of the entrepreneurial stories, like you have to lose sleep. You have to wake up at night and not know how you're going to pay your bills and be able to go back to sleep. And you have to really like push through, and when everybody tells you it's a bad idea or it's not going to work, you have to be able to continue to push, right?
That's right, and I went through all that, and it's nice to work for a company that's very established and has a good market and everything.
But Datavideo definitely went through that in the beginning, I'm sure.
Of course, and I think there's still a lot of growth here at Datavideo because, quite frankly, I think it's the best kept secret in our industry.
Yeah.
Because I don't think people know that. I think they think of us just as a switching company, a switcher, and nothing else. And
well, I think the key is you have all these other elements that even I didn't know until we started talking.
That's right.
I didn't realize. I thought, okay, you make switchers, and you make some portable switchers, and I've seen them in B&H, and I've seen them at Adorama, and I've used them at the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. But I didn't necessarily knew did all these other things.
Yeah, and I think that's part of my job now is to try to shout out and make sure that people know about our whole solution, that they don't have to go buy any of our competing products and plug them into a workflow. They can just buy them from us.
Yeah, you guys have monitors, and which I saw last night. You also have converters, SDI, HDMI converters.
That's correct.
All sorts of other. I mean, the list goes on.
Right down the list.
What you have to do is you have to go to datavideo.com,
Datavideo.us. Actually, Datavideo.com also works. You can go and click on the
US
on
region.
the US.
But go to
region.
Datavideo.us, and you'll see all the products.
That's correct. Yeah, you're right.
Craig, thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for doing Showstoppers with us last night.
Thank you.
What did you think of that?
I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
I thought your some of the guests you had were really nice.
Thank you.
I think you had a good mix of guests. I don't know. I'm going to go back and watch them. Actually.
What about Rewalk? I mean, the guy's walking on the exoskeleton. He was paralyzed.
I got to watch that again. It was just heartwarming.
Yes.
So.
It really was. I almost welled up. It was unbelievable.
Wow, yeah.
A veteran of the United States of America.
Yeah, so I certainly want to see that again. I don't know about anyone else, but it's a shout out for you. So there
Thank you very much. You're too kind. And what about CES? What's been your...
you're right. I wish I was carrying a drone. It seems like that's the hot product right now. There's half the Central Hall's got about 12 companies selling these drone helicopters, and I think it's part of the ease of taking video remotely like that with a controller. All of them being controlled with a phone.
We need a Datavideo drone.
Yeah, I can see that working right into my workflow. Thanks for setting
You should integrate that, though. There's got to be a way to integrate that into the switcher.
I thought GoPro was going to have one here today, and I think maybe they're going to roll it out later this year.
Yeah, probably. I've heard a lot of whispers about that. They don't have it here. But yeah, there are a lot of drones. We had 3D Robotics. I like theirs, the Iris, on because, like you said, you can control it from a phone. We had them on yesterday, Colin Gwynn, but there are a ton of them, and we love micro drone. But I think it'd be cool, and there will be a way, and there certainly is, even with the Teradek stuff, to take the Teradek clip, put it on the drone, send it to the switcher, and then stream live from there, or put that into the workflow. It's pretty cool. Just got to be careful with the laws because they're sketchy on the drone stuff.
I need to look in more into that, so thanks for keeping me up.
Greg, thank you so much. This is your live continuing BeTerrific coverage of CES 2015, the Consumer Electronics Show at the Las Vegas Convention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Michael Artsis. Keep it locked here for your continuing coverage. Don't forget, next week we're back live from the studio Monday through Friday, every single day at 4 p.m. Eastern with the Michael Artsis Show. Lots of great guests every single day in studio and via Skype. Lots of great information. All right, we're going to bring you a whole lot more inspiration here from CES. It's going to keep coming. You can hit us on Instagram, on Twitter, at BeTerrificTV. You can also send your photos to our hashtag cubes on set and get your photos in the hashtag cube. That is hashtag BeTerrificTV when you, BeTerrificTV stage, hashtag BeTerrificTV stage when you upload your photos to Instagram. Send it there. You'll have your chance of winning a hashtag cube because we'll deem whatever photo is the best at the end of the week wins the hashtag cube that is sitting right here. You'll have your choice, white or the Polaroid kind of color, the Instagram kind of color, the fun color. Either way, you got white or the classic, they call it. All right, and don't forget about Aspect Solar. They're keeping us powered here. They make great battery packs that go from as small as the cell phone charger size all the way up to this and rack-mounted units. This is the Energy Bar 250, 250 watt-hours of power. This could run the Datavideo Switcher, or a lot of other stuff for a long time. In fact, we're talking about doing a rack-mounted unit that uses their solar panels for outdoor use and keeps this entire set rolling continuously without using anything from the grid. That will be amazing. These also charge off of electric power, but solar is the way to go with their special solar panels. They get more energy than any other solar panels out there. They're scratch resistant, so you can't really hurt them. They're durable, they fold well, travel well, and they come in lots of different sizes and arrays, and they have a generator that follows the sun. It's unbelievable. Great products, really reasonable prices, aspectsolar.com. All right, we'll be back right after this with a whole lot more. Don't forget to download our app, app.BeTerrific.com. I'm Michael Artis for the crew here. Thanks for watching. Keep watching. Don't go anywhere.